far as the questioning of Sonia Gandhi, that still continues with the Enforcement Directorate. We're now getting you the inside track on Sonia Gandhi's questioning. She's now being questioned on two important aspects so far. The first, financial transactions between Associate Journal and Young India Private Limited. Sonia Gandhi, during her questioning, has told the Enforcement Directorate that all the finance-related matter was handled by Motilal Vora. But remember, this person is no more. He was then the treasurer of AICC, AGL and Young India Private Limited. Interestingly, Rahul Gandhi had also given the same answers. Apart from him, Mallikarjun Kharge and Pawan Kumar Bansal had told the ED the same answers as well. Second, personal benefits from Young Indian. Sonia Gandhi has told ED that Young Indian Private Limited is a firm incorporated under Section 25 of the Companies Act, which essentially means that no person can take personal benefit. It was again the same answer that was given by Rahul Gandhi and others as well. My colleague Siddhant Mishra is tracking all these developments for us. While Siddhant, these two aspects we knew was going to be the crux as far as the ED questioning is concerned. What is interesting is that even as far as the answers of Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi, all the burden seems to now be pushed to one man, which is Motilal Vora, who is actually no more. So is there a way of cracking of what really took place?
Well, that's right. So basically there are two takeaways from the three round of questioning with Sonia Gandhi. A, that she has also, going by our sources in Enforcement Directorate, she has also shifted blame on Motilal Vora. And in fact, she said this in her statement that Mr. Vora was a treasurer of Young India, AJL and Congress Party then, and all the decisions were taken by him. A. B, the Young India was incorporated, Young India Private Limited was incorporated under Section 25 of the Companies Act, which means no personal benefits can be taken from the assets of the company. So these are the 2 points that have been mentioned by Sonia Gandhi in the statement that she has given to the Enforcement Directorate. And the same 2 points were mentioned by Rahul Gandhi. And in fact, ED sources are telling us that Pawan Kumar Bansal and Mallikarjun Kharge also shifted the entire blame on Motilal Vora. Now, this could be Congress Party's strategy. Because as Mr. Vora is not alive, this is what ED sources are telling us, that as the senior Congress leader is not alive and there is no one to corroborate the claims that these leaders are making, from Sonia Gandhi to Rahul Gandhi, Mallikarjun Bansal. So, you know, so shifting blame on him can be a safe path for all the other Congress Party leaders, and this is perhaps the reason that all of them have mentioned Motilal Vora's name in their statements. Now it's up to the federal agency to decide how to take the investigation further from here. Is there a requirement of any arrest that needs to be made in this matter, or directly Enforcement Directorate will file the prosecution's complaint in the court? That is something which is to be seen.
Siddhant, I quickly also want to understand, we know that largely essentially what the ED is trying to understand is as far as details around this money trail is concerned. But what we're also picking up by the means of sources, and our colleague Ashish Mehrishi also has been reporting about that, is that the ED is also trying to verify if there were other Congress leaders involved. Any names that you're picking up, is it a possibility that we could see more Congress leaders being summoned by the ED as well?
Well, the build-up in this matter has been going on since April. And when Mallikarjun Kharge and Pawan Bansal, these two leaders were summoned by the ED. Now the Gandhis have been summoned, and in fact, all those who were on the board then of Young India, Associated Journal and Deccan Herald, all the directors, their statements will be recorded. They may be a high-profile political personality or maybe some low profile personality. The ED, irrespective of their profiles, ED is going to question them, because this entire case is regarding the transaction that took place between Young India and Associated Journal, the loans which were given to Associated Journal, and the entire argument of ED's case is that the loans were given so that the properties which National Herald Associate General owns, comes to the Gandhi family. So this is the entire case of Enforcement Directorate, to which Congress Party has to say that Young India Private Limited has been incorporated under Section 25 of the Companies Act, which means that the properties cannot be used for the personal interest. So there cannot be any dividends, there cannot be any transfer of the property, there cannot be any sale of the property, and if sale happens, then that money will not be not come in the Congress Party's account. So this is what the Congress Party's argument is. So both have these two arguments, but it is up to the courts to decide who is right and wrong.
Siddhant, thanks a lot for getting us all those details.